Hi, it's Joan. Thanks for listening to me. Today I'm going to talk about how I believe that the overuse of technology is ruining human interaction. I know it's unusual to be looking at somebody's face these days. Usually we just see the tops of their heads while they're looking down at their devices. But this is what you get right now. So good, bad, or indifferent, this is me. So don't get me wrong. I really like how we've been able to speed up the communication, how we can get instant communication to people, get answers right away. The problem is we're overusing it. And because of that, we're losing our human touch and we're losing out on real communication. We are speaking to each other or we're getting messages to each other, but we're not really communicating with each other. And that's where I think that the problem lies. If you're texting, emojis, emails, those are great ways to communicate, but they should not be the preferred method. You need to hear somebody's voice. You need to hear the inflection. If I say, come over here, or if I say, come over here, those are two different meanings, and you can only tell that by the tone of my voice and the inflection. You're not sure when you just type that into a machine of what the person's meaning is behind it. So that's why it's so important to have that human interaction. We need to be able to have open dialogue back and forth. How are you going to know how I really feel if I can't respond right away or I don't see the text right away? But if we're having an open dialogue, you're going to get that. That too is instant communication. People have forgotten that and they would prefer the method of texting, but really picking up the phone and talking to somebody, or more importantly, having a conversation face to face. The most tragic part in all of this, I think, is our children. I have seen children as young as 2 years old sitting at a table in a restaurant, just staring at a screen and just entertaining themselves with that screen, as opposed to the adults at the table interacting with them. Sometimes the adults at the table aren't interacting with each other either. So everybody's sitting at the table looking at a device and nobody's really having any conversation. That is not teaching our children how to interact with others, how to understand body language, how to understand tone, how to be able to read into the meanings of what people are saying. And it's not teaching them behavior, to have proper manners, to be able to sit quietly somewhere, and to be able to interact with others. There's a lot that goes into communicating, and it's a great tool to use electronic devices, but we want to make sure that we're not overusing them. There's a few takeaways from my talk. One is technology isn't bad, it's how we use it or overuse it. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but in reality, the words are much more impactful. Thank you for listening.